Let's get cracking, Professor Fancy Pants!
Let's do this. Ready for another gig?
I am ready to continue the great rat catcher's work. Are you?
Igor, it's not the end. I won't let it end like this. Go. Die. Fade. Portal. Help. Die. Igor. In Tarakon's hideout, you faced a choice. Either save some data from his old computer, or burn it to prevent it from falling into the NAR's hands. You decided to take a chance and saved the data. Let's move some pieces on the space-time board, Igor.
One more thing. My computer. I have over 10 gigs of findings concerning Chernobylite.
Great. What am I supposed to do about it?
You know how to use Norton Commander? Launch the Rat King program. It will compress the files and upload them to the cloud. This may take some time. It's a 486DX processor with 512 kilobytes of RAM.
Well, that will take hours.
I'm no fucking black hat, but that's way too risky. Let's burn the place down and get the hell out of there.
Sorry, Tarakan, I'm blowing it up.
I have a long memory, Mousy. A very long memory.
Okay, here we go.
While searching Tarakon's hideout, you disarmed his traps, leaving the place vulnerable to the NAR. You considered rearming the traps, but feared they could be set off by a civilian. Because of that fear, you decided not to rearm the traps. While searching Tarakon's hideout, you disarmed his traps, leaving the place vulnerable to the NAR. You considered rearming the traps, but feared they could be set off by a civilian. Because of that fear, you decided not to rearm the traps. Let's make a change and see how it affects the timeline.
I know you're there, Mousy. Sorry to interrupt your mission. When you're done, I'll need those traps armed again. The Rat King cannot prevail. His minions must be denied access to my sanctuary.
You never know who's gonna wander in there, Igor. What if some civilians get gassed? Do you want that on your conscience? The man is clearly unstable. Don't play his games. Don't set traps that could kill innocent people.
Olivier asked you to keep your head down and only steal a few bullets from the NAR shipment. You didn't listen to him. Instead, you blew the whole shipment sky high. Ready to realign the memory?
Olivier, I can see the crates. It looks promising.
Well done. I know you worked hard for this, but don't get greedy. Remember, low profile. Don't listen to that soldier boy. Fuck low profile. Remember the pointers I gave you, Igor. Be a pro. Igor, any ammo you leave behind, they're gonna use to shoot you in the ass. Blow that shit sky high.
Olivier's right. Causing an uproar when it's not completely necessary won't help our mission.
Gorgi told you where to find the plans for the power plant, but the NAR got wind of it and was lying in the wait. You surrendered to their forces. Let's try again with a different approach, Igor.
Not
This is General Constable of the NAR. You're coming with us quietly. No harm will come to you unless you force my hand. We disabled your technology. There's no way out.
have no idea how determined a man can be. I'm not going anywhere.
Actually, I do. Please remember, Igor, I didn't want it to go this way. Alpha team, engage.
You successfully brought the food back, but were unsure if you could tell Olga about Kostya. Perhaps you could have asked her to join you? You decided to tell her that Kostya's dead, and now Olga is devastated. Are you ready to readjust the timeline, Igor?
I retrieved your supplies.
One more thing. Kostya never made it back to the camp. If you happen to run into him, tell him to hurry. We need him. I need him.
You should tell her the truth, Mousy. Haven't you noticed yet that secrets never bring anyone happiness?
I have no fucking idea what you think you're gonna accomplish by telling her the truth. But, yeah, go for it.
I don't know where he is. Sorry.
I was hoping you had news. Well, Kostya's a big boy. I'm sure he can handle himself. But if you meet him, be sure to send him my way, okay?
How about joining forces? Your people seem to have everything under control here. I could use someone with your skills and drive.
And I could use someone who knows so much about NAR technology. Yeah, I think Matvey can take care of things on his own for a while. Lead the way.
I'll open a portal for you. Just don't freak out, okay?
You and your team had two options for dealing with Koslov: kidnapping and interrogation, or killing him and removing the threat entirely. You made the choice to kidnap him. Let's change the timeline and see what it gets you, Igor.
I agree on one point. Kozlov must die. But we don't have time for fun and games. Just dispose of him quickly and get out. Maybe he does deserve to suffer, and perhaps he has some intel we could use. But the only way to make sure he can't interfere is to kill him right away. That's what I recommend.
No talking. I don't want to listen to anything he has to say. I want him to die a horrible death for what he did to me and my pals. Anything else is just a waste of time. How could you believe anything he has to say anyway? He could be lying about the passwords too. This is pointless. I say poison the motherfucker. Joffrey the shit out of him. We are going to pull the Rat King's teeth one by one. Kozlov is one of his shiniest fangs and sharpest. But we should question him first. Killing him straight away would waste all the work we put into exposing his big plans and the end of the world and all that.
As much as I admire clean work, shooting him like a lame deer would be a mistake. Passwords, codes, guard routines. After we have what we need, then we off him. I also want to ask him about my brother. I need to know why he went to the trouble of killing Ruslan when he was just asking for a job.
Okay, I'm ready to talk to Koslov.
You decided to kidnap Koslov and created a distraction by destroying the Ferris wheel. You met with Koslov in his office and kidnapped him. You brought Koslov in for group interrogation. Afterwards, you decided that you couldn't risk keeping him alive. Let's try again with this particular memory, shall we?
So, this is what it looks like from the inside.
Surprised? I guess you're not all-knowing after all.
Let's say terrorist hideouts are not my department, but I know everything I need to know. Is this a family meeting? What a pity. I thought we were going to talk man-to-man, Professor Kaminyuk.
What the fuck? Why did you bring this asshole here? You were supposed to punish him for what he did, and then leave his corpse as an example.
My poor fellow. I suppose you expect me to acknowledge you and apologize for something I've done. Sadly, I am forced to disappoint you. I have no idea who you are, nor do I care.
I don't like this one bit. Let's put an end to this, and fast.
You should be careful with that one, Kaminyuk. Women are often far more cruel than men. I've seen her kind in... well, it hardly matters. What about you, old man? Still chasing ghosts? Did you ever find your mysterious Rat King? Perhaps you should have stayed in the institution. At least they kept you properly fed. Sashko Horobets. I admire your craft, but there's nothing I can do for you. Or your brother.
We'll see about that.
Are we done with introductions? Let's get to it then.
You seem to be the most reasonable of this gang of colorful misfits. I was hoping you and I could have a civilized conversation.
I know exactly what you're doing. It isn't particularly clever or original, and it's not going to work.
What am I doing? I am a professional who happens to be on the other side of the fence. Just a man trying to do his job. I have a nephew that I very much want to see. So, go ahead and ask your questions. When you're satisfied, I'm sure we can come to some kind of arrangement.
Your nephew? Tell me about him.
He's 10 years old. He's from Magnitogorsk, like his father and me, and he's the smartest kid I know. I don't believe for one moment that you could harm him. It simply isn't your style, Professor. Besides, you don't even know where he is.
Do not assume to know me, Koslov. That would be a mistake. Tell me about the experiments. What is Semenov doing in the lab?
I wish I could tell you, but as with tracking down trespassers, that is not my department. My task was to ensure Semenov could work undisturbed.
You lie. I've seen everything. I've even studied Chernobylite myself. How can you claim to know nothing about it?
I know about its applications, yes. I know that it can act as an unlimited energy source, that it can be used in transportation, medicine, and can even be weaponized. But I don't know any details about its implementation. I'm not a scientist, just an old soldier.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
Look, I'm not a personal friend of Semenov. His findings may be profound, but at what cost? Remember, it was Semenov who botched the experiment that released the shadows into this world. Can you guess how many people I've lost fighting those things? Don't ask me where these creatures came from, because I have no idea. From a nightmare, perhaps. Semenov has a god complex. He believes he can advance the human race, a bold claim, especially in this part of the world, no? We lived in the shadow of people who wanted to turn us simple bread-eaters into angels for almost the entire century. But I've been around. I've seen things. So you can understand why I'm skeptical when I hear such claims.
Semenov may be the brain, but he isn't responsible for the atrocities in the zone. That's your doing.
You seem like a smart fellow, Kaminyuk. Why would you buy into this nonsense?
What do you mean?
Whatever Semenov told you, he is the real puppet master. He has great influence over the board.
The board?
The big money people in the tailored Italian suits. The people who make money by making money. Semenov convinced the board he's going to transform NAR into a $1 trillion business. To them, he's like an investment banker messiah.
Semenov isn't rounding people up and torturing them, filling mass graves with civilian corpses. That's you.
Well, naturally, you'll get a distorted view of what's going on when you only hear one side of the story.
Uh-huh. What's your side of the story, then?
This is a war zone. I am responsible for keeping my men safe and doing my job. Some collateral damage is unavoidable in any conflict. But trust me when I say I've already had a bellyful of civilian misery. I do my absolute best to keep their suffering to a minimum.
I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana?
That ghost you're chasing. That pretty dream. I don't know what to tell you.
You're the head of security. Am I to believe you're not privy to everything that goes on at the power plant?
Professor Kameniuk, listen. I am here to earn a little extra money so I can retire someplace nice and send my nephew to an Ivy League university. I have zero interest in anything that doesn't directly concern my men and my job.
You don't tell me. I swear.
I cannot tell you what I do not know, Professor. Semenov is the authority in this area. Talk to him if you want to know more about the experiments or this Tatiana girl.
How do I enter the power plant?
You're placing me in a very awkward position. You want me to divulge information that may lead to casualties among my men and the civilian staff.
You've got a real nerve talking to me about civilian casualties. I can't believe you would try that. Again. What is the password and response for accessing the power plant?
Don't be stupid. You and your merry band of trumps will never make it out of the power plant alive.
I don't care. Do you know where we are right now?
No. I don't understand it, this place. But let's skip the guessing game and you just tell me.
We are currently in the tunnel between two singularities. It's like a black hole, only smaller. This tunnel is a shortcut through time and space. Marvelous, isn't it? But to use it, you need to know how to enter and how to leave.
Ah, I see where this is going.
Do you? I don't have to kill you. I can simply leave you here. But don't count on dying anytime soon. Time dilation will ensure that you don't. You will never see your nephew again. But perhaps I will release you to attend his funeral when he's died of old age.
I can see that your companion's cruel nature is beginning to rub off on you. Very well.
Are you ready to cooperate now? If you lie to me, I will return and it won't go well for you.
The call is, we quell the storm. The response, and ride the thunder.
Thank you. I'm glad we had this chance to talk. What to do with you now, eh?
It's too dangerous to let him live. I believe we already agreed on that.
I want to ask him about wrestling fast.
He's mine. I want him to experience a slow descent into hell. Fucker!
He's just a tool of the Rat King. He told you everything of value already. Do not let this rodent roam free. He can still do great damage to our cause, more even than before.
I'm not a murderer. I've only ever killed when I had no other choice. You can go.
Thank you. I knew you were a reasonable man. An honorable man. What now?
You have to leave NAR. Disappear, and never return. Otherwise, you and I will have another conversation. And it won't be a light-hearted chat next time.
All I care about is my nephew. I swear that you will never see me again.
Sashko asked you to blow up the NAR checkpoint to avenge his brother. You hesitated because you didn't want to cause any collateral damage. In the end, you didn't go through with it, and Sashko was furious. Sashko asked you to detonate some explosives with a detonator you found. He claims they'll only kill the rats, but you can't be sure where the charges actually are. What if they hurt innocents? You took a chance and used the detonator. You reached the supplies, but someone else got there first. You killed him and took the food for yourself. Let's rearrange the timeline, Igor.
Hey, don't hurt me. I'm unarmed.
Hands where I can see them. I take it you're the traitor everyone's so anxious to find.
What? Where did you get that? I'm no traitor. I was never even with the NAR.
You'll have to be a lot more convincing than that. Those spooks really want to find you. Your face is all over the radio.
All right. I used to trade with some of the grunts sometimes. But those knuckleheads got confused about how trading works. They tried to rip me off. And
what?
one thing led to another, and you understand. I took a few little items to balance the account. Obviously, they didn't want the brass to find out about their little side hustle, so they cooked up this yarn about a traitor.
Interesting.
Yeah, but not nearly as interesting as you, my friend. You're new to the zone, right? You've been staying in Mikhail's warehouse. I wonder what you're up to.
How did you know that?
I need to go now. They're probably worried about me.
Who's they?
Sorry, I can't tell you that. Please step aside. I'm going now.
Sorry, but I don't like your story. Why don't you tell me who you really are? And let's take a little look-see in your bag while we're at it.
Who I am is none of your bloody business, and I'm not showing you shit.
We're both in a tough spot here. Maybe you're just a hustler, or maybe you're a spy. I can't just let you walk away.
Yeah, looks like we're in a bind, all right. Ball's in your court, asshole.
Just another stalker trying to make it in the zone, eh? You're free to go.
Yeah, whatever.
You successfully brought the food back, but weren't sure whether you should tell Olga about Kostya or not. You asked her to join you, and Olga agreed. You met Kostya. He was captured and held prisoner by the NAR. He asked you to release him, but you hesitated, wanting more time to think it through. You left him to rot in jail. Let's rearrange the timeline, Igor.
Let me out and let's get back to Olga. I'll make sure you get the credit for retrieving the food.
This guy's sketchy and gives me a weird vibe. Let's leave him here. If he's as skilled as he says he is, he can make it back on his own.
All right, you're free. Head back to the camp.
Thanks. I'll put a good word in for you.
Kostya asked you to give him food for the Samoshils so he could incapacitate Matvey and run the village differently. You felt his plan was unacceptable and refused. Let's rearrange some pieces on the space-time chessboard, Igor.
You have the supplies, right? Let me take them off your hands. Thanks.
What? Those are some balls you've got there.
I really need you to hand them over. I'll give them right back to Olga, promise.
Either you tell me what is this all about, or I'm not giving you shit.
All right. Look, I've been trying to help these people for years. Show them how to run this place better, organize themselves, and whatnot.
Go on.
But for some reason, they don't trust me. They only listen to Olga and that old coot Matvey. Don't get me wrong, I love Olga. I love all of them. They're my family, and I live to protect them, even when it's against their wishes.
Maybe they don't trust you because you're a lying sack of shit. What do you want with the supplies?
Matvey needs to learn his place. He's reckless, makes decisions that could get us all killed. His reign of terror has to be stopped. I'm going to spike his food. Just give him a little something to make him a bit more, docile. Then I can make some changes around here, and Olga will finally see reason. She's under Matvey's influence. It has to stop.
Well, that's... well, I don't know what to say. So this is all about your personal vendetta?
I'm a doctor, as you know. I'll be very careful with the dosage. It won't do any real harm, trust me. This will benefit everyone. If you help me with this, you'll always find support here. Whatever you need, I'll get it for you.
Before I make up my mind, I need you to come clean about one more thing. Did you steal the supplies yourself to orchestrate this plan?
Yes. Yes, I did. But only because of how much I care about this place. I'm willing to do the hard thing to save everyone. I trust that you can see this and will make the right call. You know you need allies in a place like this.
Trust in the great Ratcatcher's wisdom. Sometimes he guides us to serendipitous situations just like this one, Mousy. This Matvey. I've known him for a long time, and I don't trust him. He may even be an unwilling vessel for the Rat King's wrath. A taste of rat poison is just what he needs.
All right, I'll play your game. Here's the food. Just make sure nobody gets hurt. But remember, you owe me big time. I'll be asking you to return the favor sometime soon.
Absolutely. You've got my eternal gratitude.
You successfully brought the food back, but weren't sure whether you should tell Olga about Kostya or not. You asked her to join you, and Olga agreed. Are you ready to readjust the timeline, Igor?
I retrieved your supplies.
Thank you for saving Kostya. He can be difficult, but he's family. If you need anything at all, you know where to find me.
How about joining forces? Your people seem to have everything under control here. I could use someone with your skills and drive.
And I could use someone who knows so much about NAR technology. Yeah, I think Matvey can take care of things on his own for a while. Lead the way.
I'll open a portal for you. Just don't freak out, okay?
Gorgi told you where to find the plans for the power plant, but the NAR got wind of it and was lying in the wait. You decided to fight back. Let's try again with a different approach, Igor.
No!
This is General Koslov of the NAR. You're coming with us quietly. No harm will come to you unless you force my hand. Disable your technology. There's no way out of this building. Do yourself a favor. Surrender. It's the best option for everyone.
I sense the Rat King closing in on you. Run!
You have to do the right thing here, Igor. I know it's risky, but this could be our only opportunity to hurt them from the inside. Or at least learn something valuable.
What the hell are you saying? You want me to surrender?
Think like a partisan, will you? They underestimate you. Use it to your advantage. You'll find out a way to break free later.
Okay, I give up. I want to talk to the people in charge.
You overestimate your value, Professor Kaminyuk. Alpha Team, take him.
Notify me as soon as the patrol has returned, Sergeant. Welcome back to the world of the living, Kaminyuk. At least, for the moment. The name's Koslov. I'm Chief of NAR Security. But perhaps you figured that out already. You know, I have plenty of crap to deal with every day. Guarding the exclusion zone against trespassers and lunatics who harass my men and refuse to let us conduct our business in peace. If you were just another dark tourist or stalker, or whatever these idiots call themselves nowadays, It would make my job much easier. But we both know that's not the case. Now, are you ready to drop the act and speak with me man to man?
Sure. Let's talk like civilized people.
We're developing something big here. Something important. You know this. It's the reason you're here, isn't it? You may find this hard to believe, but all this is simply business. NAR paid the Ukrainian government a fortune to lease this land. Yet we are treated like a hostile occupation force. And for what? The zone is filthy with dangerous radiation. These busybodies would rather die of cancer than live a long, happy life tending their gardens. If anything, we're doing those crazy Samoshas a favor by keeping them out of harm's way. Wouldn't you agree?
The patrol has returned, sir. They say they have news.
Perfect. And about time. Excuse me, Kaminyuk. I will return momentarily.
Sashko asked you to detonate some explosives with a detonator you found. He claims they'll only kill the rats, but you can't be sure where the charges actually are. What if they hurt innocents? You took a chance and used the detonator. Olivier asked you to keep your head down and only steal a few bullets from the NAR shipment. You thought it was a good plan, so that's what you did. Ready to realign the memory?
Olivier, I can see the crates. It looks promising.
Well done. I know you worked hard for this, but don't get greedy. Remember, low profile. Don't listen to that soldier boy. Fuck low profile. Remember the pointers I gave you, Igor. Be a pro. Igor, any ammo you leave behind, they're gonna use to shoot you in the ass. Blow that shit sky high.
I'll take my chances. We don't get many opportunities to really stick it to them like this.
So, Mousy, ready to continue our great work?
Why are we still hanging around here? Let's head out.
What's the plan, Kimanuk?
All right, Igor, what's next?
So, what's the fucking plan, man?
lost my contract. One of ours? Call for backup! Evac, pronto! Shoot the motherfucker! Engage the target! Tango's behind cover, careful! Smoke the motherfucker out! He's over there! Over there! Where the hell is he? Anyone have eyes on target?
Hi, Igor. I trust everything's going well.
Yes. Yes, what about yourself?
I'm as well as can be expected.
You've been through a lot, haven't you?
Yes. I've seen some really fucked up shit since I became a soldier of fortune. I fought Somali pirates, trained insurgents in Latin America. I even helped squash an uprising at a diamond mine in Africa.
You never felt what you were doing was somehow wrong?
I never really thought about it. War is all I've ever known. Besides, it's a matter of perspective. To NAR, you and me are the bad guys. Reactionaries, terrorists.
You're overthinking this.
Don't worry. I remember where my loyalties lie, and who's paying me. Besides, I still have a score to settle with that Black Mask freak.
What's the matter, Mousy?
The fuck you want?
Any new developments, Professor?
Slowly getting there, I guess. Yeah, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Shoot.
What do you think about Olga?
Playing matchmaker, Kim Nuke? I thought you were a serious science type.
I'm just curious.
Normally, I'd say it's none of your business, 'cause it ain't. But I like you, Igor, so... Yeah, I do like her. She's cool. She's got her own special swagger. But I can't allow myself any distractions right now.
Gotcha.
Besides, I don't think she's available, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Just don't wait too long, Sashko. Life is short, and no one knows what tomorrow will bring.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Cut it with a melodrama, Kiminuk. Really doesn't suit you. We'll be just fine.
What's up, Professor?
I'm thinking about our next move.
I'm tired of all this thinking and planning. When are we gonna get up off our hands and do something? We should be out there, giving NAR 9 kinds of hell.
Do you really hate them that much?
I don't hate all of them. I even have a few contacts who help me with trade. But on the whole, NAR is pure evil. They should be destroyed, pulverized, eradicated, buried, wiped off the face of the earth.
That sounds a lot like hate.
They took my mom and my friends from me. Those fuckers capitalize on human misery. What could be lower than that? Rented the area from a corrupt government to make billions of dollars on unknown, untested technology? And then they have your Tatiana. Should I keep going?
Right. Yes. Tatiana's why I'm here. And if I find out they did something to her, they will pay. But bringing down NAR is not my priority. I'm not here to make the world a better place.
But you should be. I don't get it. I could never understand why your generation made a pact with the devil.
What would you have me do instead?
Shoot the devil in the face, preferably with both barrels of a sawed-off over-under.
In the area you're so nostalgic for, you could be arrested for nothing whatsoever. Speaking out of turn, or purchasing bread without your ration card. And they'd round up your family too. In order to survive, you compromise. Sometimes that compromise is ugly.
I would have fought against my oppressors.
You'd have done shit. The KGB would have thrown your ass in Lubyanka in less time than it takes to buy a counterfeit watch in Red Square. But times are changing, I guess. Perhaps your generation will usher in the change we need, Olga.
What can I do for you, Professor?
Hi, Olga. I was wondering if you could share some of the know-how you've picked up in the zone.
I'd be glad to. But here in the zone, you must be self-sufficient. You don't want to end up worm food.
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn, oh great huntress.
No jokes while we're training or I'll smack you upside the head. Got it? Alright, it seems I've got my work cut out for me. This is gonna be extremely difficult, maybe even dangerous.
I thought you were going to teach me how to effectively pack a bag. How could that be dangerous?
Dangerous for my mental health. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Firstly, I want to address the fact that, for some reason, I'm the only one who can teach you the art of packing. Presumably because I'm a woman. I find that sexist, extremely, and offensive.
I beg your pardon?
Thank you. That said, I do have some tricks up my sleeve, or should I say, up my bag, that I can share with you. Because frankly, Igor, when I look at the warehouse and how you furnish and organize it, it makes me weep.
You weep? I never noticed.
I'm weeping on the inside. My soul bleeds when I see this chaotic trash heap of grime and despair. No clean lines, no aesthetic, just a man cave reeking of testosterone.
That's a little bit harsh, don't you think?
But fear not, as a wise man once said, when the student is ready, the teacher reveals herself.
And you're the teacher?
Yes, I am. Here's the first secret. It's all in your head.
What do you mean?
The chaos in your head translates into the chaos in your inventory. The more organized you are, the clearer your thoughts, the purer your mind, the better your packing skills.
But
nothing. Don't argue. Don't deny it. Don't fight the truth. Just be silent and absorb. I'll let you think on this for a couple minutes or hours. What can I do for you, Professor?
Hi, Olga. I was wondering if you could share some of the know-how you've picked up in the zone.
I'd be glad to. But here in the zone, you must be self-sufficient. You don't want to end up worm food.
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn. Oh, great huntress.
No jokes while we're training or I'll smack you upside the head. Got it? All right, here we go again. Time for the next lesson, Igor.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be even more fascinating than the last one.
I advise you to take this seriously. You wouldn't make fun of someone teaching you how to handle C4, would you?
Probably not.
Of course you wouldn't. So imagine this. Every piece of junk you stash is a brick of C4. You have to place it gently, wisely, and efficiently, otherwise it'll explode.
To my knowledge, canned food doesn't...
Don't interrupt. Why do you take everything so literally? It's a goddamn metaphor, goddammit. If I ever get to meet Tatiana, the first thing I'm going to ask is what she ever saw in a tedious egghead like you.
You and me both.
Anyway, you have to be careful and mentally present when arranging your shit. Trust that your life depends on it. That's lesson number 2.
Okay. What's lesson number 3?
It's called believe.
Believe in what?
Believe that you will find whatever you need in your bag without checking. Women practice this all the time. What do you say, student?
I want to believe.
What can I do for you, Professor?
Hi, Olga. I was wondering if you could share some of the know-how you've picked up in the zone.
I'd be glad to. But here in the zone, you must be self-sufficient. You don't want to end up worm food.
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn. Oh, great huntress.
No jokes while we're training or I'll smack you upside the head. Got it? Today I'll teach you how to stay alive a little bit longer. Knowing how to use a med kit, healing salves, and herbs is obviously important, but I won't be talking about that.
What are you going to talk about, Olga?
About resolve, grit, and determination. About having the guts to do what's right, whatever it takes.
I get what you're saying, but what does it have to do with survival skills?
You know the stories about people who achieve seemingly impossible feats in times of crisis? There's this tale about an old woman who somehow lifted a tram because her grandkid was stuck underneath.
I'm sure that's an urban legend.
Even so, with inner discipline and strength of conviction, you can sometimes surprise yourself. Let me ask you something. Are you willing to die for Tatiana?
Without hesitation.
Good. Now what you need to understand is that she doesn't need you to die. She needs you to live. Stay alive, Igor. It's the only way to see this through. What can I do for you, Professor?
I'd like to rethink your gear loadout.
Sure, Igor. Just don't make a mess of my inventory. I need to talk to you, Igor. This is important.
What's going on?
I've gotten word from Maffei. His scouts discovered a prison in the Red Forest.
They just discovered it now? I thought you guys knew this place better than the mice.
They discovered that an old Soviet bunker had been repurposed. It must have happened recently.
Go on.
We didn't know about it because there's no reason to venture out that way anymore. That part of the woods is crawling with lurkers and NAR goons.
And Matvey thinks it's a prison.
Exactly. Someone's being guarded there. Whoever it is, it could be important. I know it's a long shot, but I still think it's worth it. It's not heavily guarded either. Definitely worth a try.
Do you think it could be your mum?
No, I don't. I believe she's gone. I've made my peace with it a long time ago.
So, I take it you want me to check out this bunker prison?
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. And Maffei is occupied elsewhere. Are you in?
You've got a point. It makes sense to have this place on our radar. I'll check it out.
Attaboy. Now go bring me back some good news.
We should move out, Nancy. The Rat King isn't going to lie down and die without our help.
The day is still young, Igor. Don't waste it. Let's do something.
Time to step up to the mark, Professor.
What's our next move, boss?
Are we doing something or not?
I know you just want to do the right thing, but are you sure you're not wasting your time? You usually don't let your emotions cloud your judgment. This whole zone is littered with old Soviet bunkers and relics of the past. Why would the NAR be interested in any of that?
I just arrived in Red Forest.
Great. Keep your eyes open and you should spot it.
On my way.
I know you just want to do the right thing, but are you sure you're not wasting your time? You usually don't let your emotions cloud your judgment. This whole zone is littered with old Soviet bunkers and relics of the past. Why would the NAR be interested in any of that?
about this? Fuck off.
We know that you're harboring a terrorist. Her name is Olga Astupienia.
Who? I think you boys got the wrong fucking address.
We all want her. No one else needs to die. Open the fucking gate or we torch the place. You've got 1 minute. Either Olga comes out or everyone dies. This is your last warning.
A terrorist? Oh, fucking assholes! Don't let them get away with this, Igor. Do something.
Well, what do we do now? We can't come back empty-handed. Kozlov will kill us.
Yeah, this sucks. But is she really that important?
Hey, shut up, both of you. You already forgot what this bitch did to Andre? It's not about Kozlov's orders. It's about fucking payback. Hey, you inside, this is your last chance. Make a decision. Hand that bitch over or we start shooting. Well, what's it gonna be?
Let me tell you how it's gonna go.
Yes?
You leave now, or you're gonna have serious problems.
Fire, I repeat, fire!
They won't bother you anymore.
A tough guy, huh? Well done. Usually these arseholes don't venture this far because of the lurkers. Anyways, thanks. We would have dealt with them ourselves, but I guess you saved us the trouble. Welcome, welcome. Fancy some trading?
I have to ask. We're in the middle of nowhere. What are you even doing out here?
Out here, everything is in the middle of nowhere, my friend. Sometimes you need to get off the beaten path to find a solid business opportunity. I learned that from Warren Buffett.
You've met Warren Buffett?
No. I've watched his motivational videos on YouTube, though. Basically the same thing.
All right, show me what you've got, Mr. Invisible Hand. I think I've done enough trading for now. Good luck building your fortune, Mr. Invisible Hand.
Haha, thanks. But I'll make my own luck.
Olga, I found the entrance.
Watch out for guards. They're probably close by.
Of course. Where else would they be? Olga, I found something. A control panel. Perhaps it opens the cell doors.
Oh, wait, shouldn't you check the cell before you open it?
Hey, little guy. What are you doing here? This is no place for children.
No kidding, old-timer. Let me out of here before the guards come back.
What's your name, kid?
I'm Gleb. I didn't do anything wrong. Let me out of here, or my uncle will kick the crap out of you.
Whoa, easy there, little fella.
I'm not little. I'm already 10, you know.
First, I need to know how you ended up here. What is this place?
I was going to visit my uncle. He was supposed to pick me up in Slavutich, and this black van came after me. There were two big guys with faces like potatoes. They said that they would take me to my uncle, and they gave me a can of Coke. It's supposed to wake you up, but I got really sleepy.
They kidnapped you?
When I woke up, I was in here. But I wasn't scared. I didn't even cry. Maybe just a little. I'm almost a grown-up. I tried to escape once by myself, but the stupid guards caught me and put me back in this cage. And one of them said, if you try and run again, you'll regret it, little rat. But I'm not like a little rat at all. Rats stink and poop everywhere.
You're the bravest little boy I ever met, Gleb.
I told you, I'm not a little boy.
Who's your uncle? Someone important?
Of course he is. He's a big shot around here. When he hears what happened to me, heads will roll. That's exactly what he'll say.
I wonder. Is your uncle in the military?
He was in the army like my daddy, but Mummy and Daddy are both in heaven now, so Uncle is taking care of me.
I'm sorry about your parents. So, he's a soldier, eh?
He's working on something big and important for important people, but I don't know what it is.
You're a riddle wrapped in an enigma, my dear lad. I want to help you, Gleb, but I need to ask you something first, okay?
Okay, but hurry up before the guards come back. I hate them. They stink like onions and medicine.
What kind of medicine?
I don't know, but my uncle drinks it too. Says it's good for his heart. He always carries a small bottle of it in his chest pocket. Really smelly.
I see. That kind of medicine. These men, did they ever hurt you? Did they give you something? Shots, maybe? Or pills?
No, they only yelled at me when I told them to let me go.
Did they put you in a weird machine? Or give you green crystals?
No, never.
Curious. So you have no idea why they put you in that cage?
They'd say I'd be collateral? Something like the bear.
Collateral?
Maybe. I don't know what that means. They said that my uncle knows I'm here, and he's coming to visit soon. But I bet they're liars.
Oh boy, you've been through a lot.
Can I see my uncle now? Please, please, please.
Soon, kiddo. Just give me a minute to think here. All right, time to bust you out of here.
Thank you. I'll tell my uncle that you're a really nice person.
Nobody deserves to be caged like that. You need to help him, Igor.
Igor, look. If you think things through, you'll realize the lad is safer right where he is than out in the zone.
What does this thing do?
What now, Igor? Do you have any babysitting experience?
Let the little wolf go. You can't leave him in that cage. It's inhuman.
The kid should stay in the bunker for now. Even if he's a prisoner, he's protected. He's safer in there than outside.
How about sending him to Madface? You said it was reasonably safe, right?
Not a place for kids. Everyone needs to know how to fight. What are they gonna do with him anyway? Why can't you just, I don't know, open that portal of yours and send him to your base?
I thought about it, but it's too risky. He's too small. The molecular structure of his body may be irreversibly changed.
In that case, I'm telling you, leave him right where he is.
Olga, I'm sending the kid to your village.
I really hope you thought this through. He'll have to grow up very fast over there. They're not gonna go easy on him.
I was out on the streets even younger than him, and I turned out all right, didn't I? The kid's brave. I bet he'll do just fine.
The village is the only safe place in the zone. There's a village nearby, Glib. A stronghold full of people, like soldiers, but on our side. They'll shelter you. Just say Olga sent you. Think you can make it on your own?
No problem. I received a merit badge for my orienteering. Top of my scout unit.
How weird was that, huh? Discovering a secret NAR prison in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah. I guess it pays off to follow every lead. If it wasn't for you and Madvi, we might never have found this place.
It was nothing. I'm happy you saved that kid. I really am. I want you to know that. They told me you arrived safely in the village. I still think it was the wrong decision at the time, but you were under a lot of pressure. Anyway, next time, please listen to me, little babushka, okay? What's shaking, Igor?
I've been meaning to ask you something, Olga. What was your life like before all of this? Did you have close friends in your village?
Sure, we've always been a tight-knit group. Being able to rely on your fellows is key when you're living under constant threat. But it was very different back then, when my mom was still alive. The Exclusion zone was our sacred ground. We wanted to be here, to explore and learn. I was a spoiled, demanding brat. I was acting out, was angry all the time, and I couldn't come to terms with my father's death. That's when Matvey took me under his wing. He taught me useful skills and showed me a way through the grief.
Sounds like you owe him a lot.
I do. In a way, I owe him my life. I had to get my life back on track, for my mom, and for myself, of course. Matvey's kindness made me the woman I am today, a survivor, a hunter.
That was very personal. Thank you for sharing, Olga.
Sure, you know I'm here if you need me.
How are things, Professor?
Hey, Sasko, you're experienced, right? Is there anything you can teach me, about,
About what? Living on the streets? I'm not offended. I can show you a thing or two, but you need to practice if you're serious about improving.
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn.
Hey, partner. Welcome to the maze. This is a new trick and you're an old dog, but what the hell? It may even save your ass. You're welcome. Please don't make me regret setting this up for you. It was a major hassle. Anyway, I get to test this training ground on you. Your job is to enter the maze and find the exit as fast as you can. But keep in mind, it will require some stretching. Just follow my lead and try to keep up. Ready? Let's go. Don't just stand there. Jump. Drop your hips and bend those knees. Lie flat on your stomach. Gather momentum. Bend your knees your way. I'm mightily impressed, Igor. You made a great addition to our gang back in Moscow when I was running for a year at the Brick. Anyway, it's good to exercise at your age. It has a rejuvenating effect. You already seem 10 years younger. Hey, Igor, at your age, that training must have burned you way out. But you ticked all the boxes, my man. You should be proud of yourself.
What's the matter, Mousy?
The fuck you want?
What's going on, Igor?
need to talk.
Sure. Let's talk.
It's about my mother. Rather, about what she found. I didn't tell you this before because I didn't know if I could trust you. I think I know why they took my mom. She was dangerous to NAR. It wasn't a coincidence. She saw something, even took a photo. You see, when NAR first came here, they pretended to be friendly. They offered free examinations to several sample shells and even promised my mother medical assistance. It was all a ruse, of course. My mother was invited to their lab and she ended up seeing something she wasn't supposed to.
She was inside their lab. You should have told me about this sooner. Do you know what she saw?
They were running experiments with Chernobylite on human subjects. All volunteers, of course. Soon after that, people started vanishing, my mom included.
Do you still have the photo?
No, my mom always kept it on her.
Is there any other proof to back up your mother's account?
No, but I can't see my mother lying about something like that. She only ever had the Sammo Shell's best interests at heart. My mother was the least selfish person I've ever known. She wanted to help everyone who suffered from the Chernobyl disaster in any way she could. She paid the ultimate price for her kind heart. Now, I have to find out why and make this right.
I get it. Really. She sounds like an amazing lady. How can I help?
I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to know what my mother saw in that lab. I need you to go to Lenin Square and get inside. There must be something there incriminating NAR. This will help your search for Tatiana as well. If she's in the zone, she must somehow be part of all of this.
It won't be easy, but I'll definitely try.
The day is still young, Igor. Don't waste it. Let's do something.
I am ready to continue the great Ratcatcher's work. Are you?
Let's go, Timer.
Igor, a moment, please. I heard you talking to our she-wolf here. You don't want to go to Lenin Square. I don't think you're ready. Who knows what you'll be up against?
I think I've proved myself quite capable, no?
You can harness the power of Chernobylite. An impressive feat. But what if they find a way to disable it?
You're probably right. What do you propose?
I'll do it.
With a broken arm? Besides, we have no idea what we'll find. It's very likely we'll need my scientific expertise to assess the situation.
I'm not a complete imbecile, you know. I can tell the difference between a centrifuge and a... I don't know, kitchen robot?
Of course you can, Olivier. Don't take this the wrong way, but I still think I should be the one to go.
Let's make it happen.
What's the skinny, partner?
It seems that Olga's mother was onto something that got her killed. Could it be the key to finding out about the NAR's plans? Just be very careful, my love. I feel you getting closer to the heart of evil. Soon you may reach a point of no return.
the lab, Igor. Should be in the middle of NAR's camp. See if you can slip in unnoticed. Don't get in any fight unless you have to.
Sure thing, Mom. And don't worry, I've got my sweater.
You've got some issues, don't you?
Okay. Now's not the time to get distracted.
Locate the lab and try to reach it without drawing attention. You don't want to fight all these guys at once.
Prepare 50 mils of ferric chloride and 100 mils of chlordiazepoxide.
I know that voice. Where have I heard it before?
Right away.
Send everything to the main laboratory tent. Don't make me wait.
Yes, sir.
Who are you? What are you doing in here?
That man on the phone. Who was it?
You're Kim In-yuk. Dear God, please don't hurt me.
I asked you a goddamn question.
My boss, you mean? I don't know his real identity. Almost nobody does, I swear.
Do you really want to play it this way? I can see you're scared, and rightfully so. But it seems you're deliberately trying my patience.
No, not at all, sir. Please, I can't tell you what I don't know. But I can tell you other things. Just ask. Just don't kill me. I can be useful. You'll see.
Vanya, my patience is wearing thin. Where are those damned chemicals?
Answer him, but casually. Relax.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'll send them right away. Apologies for the delay.
Spare me the excuses and move. I need that core diazopoxide, and I need it now. You two, continue without me. I hope for your sakes you don't screw this up.
It would be best if you forgot I was ever here.
Of course. I won't tell a soul.
Look at the tissue structure. This used to be a liver, if you can believe it. We need to collect samples.
The brain is hyperactive. Look at the chart. But it still doesn't respond to any stimuli. The previous subject had quite a different reaction. What's behind this difference, I wonder? Age? Sex?
Vanya? Finally! Who the hell are you? What did you do with Vanya?
Stay very still if you want to live.
Please don't hurt us. We're scientists.
Yeah, so was Dr. Mengele. Are you performing a vivisection without anesthesia? Administering shots of typhus? What are you doing exactly? I really want to know.
No, nothing like that. We're not beasts. We treat our patients as humanely as possible. But you have to understand that...
Scientific advancement requires sacrifice. Other people's sacrifice.
You make it sound sinister. But yes, everything we do is for the greater good.
How does it work? Are you shooting these poor souls up full of Chernobylite?
I can't talk about that. The NDA we signed is very strict. The penalties...
Did you just say NDA? Are you for real? Stop being a corporate stooge and start thinking about your own life.
Sure, you're right, of course. We started out giving them shots, but that was just the first stage. We're way past that now.
Uh-huh.
It was, you see. The fatality rate was... it didn't bring the desired results.
We've moved from administering nano solutions to directly editing human genomes to enhance them with Chernobylite.
We've developed our own Chernobylite CRISPR.
Your patients or subjects, whatever you call them. Especially the locals. What happened to them?
Which ones? There were many patients here. Some of them didn't make it past the final phase. The others, we don't know.
Don't let him dodge the question. Make him talk.
Look, please, can we all try to stay calm? Let us explain. Modifying genomes is only the first step. Next, we induce a state of superconsciousness in the subject's gamma brainwaves. It's basic neurology. The sympathetic nervous system begins to release enormous amounts of energy straight to the brain via the thalamic gate at the brainstem. When the thalamic gate opens, the energy flows to the pineal gland and... well, there you go. I don't like to use this term, but it opens a third eye.
A third eye? Right. Then what?
Enhanced by Chernobylite, the pineal gland can do incredible things. Release all kinds of energy, and even influence physical objects, as in telekinesis.
You're torturing people so they can bend spoons with their mind? God, what kind of quacks are you?
This is all following the scientific method, believe me. These are closely monitored, replicable experiments. Anyway, when the subject is ready for the final stage, we put them in an induced coma. Contrary to what you might think, it's for their own good.
Explain, and fast. What is this final stage?
Our boss calls it communion. It's when the subject's gamma brainwaves interact with Chernobylite's mental waves, or, well, to tell you the truth, we don't know exactly what it is. Chernobylite is like a virus, in a way. It's not exactly inorganic matter, but neither is it a living organism. It's something in between. And it produces a type of brainwave, even though it clearly has no structured organic tissue.
Well, what's the purpose of this communion?
This is where it gets really interesting. You know that Chernobylite can be used to create wormholes, right? You've been doing it yourself. But these wormholes are special. Haven't you noticed? They're not a purely physical phenomenon.
I don't understand. What else could they be?
We know what singularities and the tunnels should look like. We know what they are in theory. But has anyone actually been inside one before?
Bullshit. I've studied Chernobylite too. The exotic energy it contains is powerful enough to create quasi-black holes and passages between them.
We thought so too, at first. But think about this. What if there was an organism, or a virus, an entity powerful enough to create its own singularities?
No biological organism could encapsulate that kind of energy, or survive if it did. A living entity would be torn to shreds.
But Chernobylite is not a normal biological organism, is it? We have no idea what it is. Just try and consider the possibility that the wormholes you're walking into are not something created outside of Chernobylite. They are Chernobylite. You're traveling through the veins and corridors of its multidimensional body.
But what does that have to do with this communion thing?
Isn't it obvious? We're trying to communicate with Chernobylite, or somehow influence it through the mental energy of our subjects. But getting inside this thing's mind, or whatever it is, must be a truly disturbing experience.
You're fucking insane, both of you. You need to stay away from the morphine cabinet for a while. I've heard enough. Who's your patient here?
I'm not sure, but she must have been carefully selected.
Selected? How? Did she volunteer? Or was she maybe run down and captured by soldiers in the woods? Talk!
I'm not familiar with the selection process. Our boss would know. But we know very little about him.
What's your boss in charge of exactly?
The entire biotech division, pretty much everything Chernobylite related, but mainly the impact on human physical and psychological functions.
Clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats. How does this work with Chernobylite?
It's similar to a standard gene editing tool. We take specialized protein from a certain bacteria, modify it with Chernobylite, and then target the exact genes we want to modify.
Wait, I know more about physics than genetics, but CRISPR is usually done on embryos, right? And it takes time, sometimes even years, for mutations to show.
Our boss developed his own methods. The process is applied directly in the subject's body. The speed of the mutations has increased exponentially. It no longer takes years, but weeks, sometimes mere days. Marvelous, isn't it?
Enough. All I've got from you so far is a bunch of gibberish. I want to see the actual research. Where do you keep your data? All the research data?
Check the database in this computer. Everything can be accessed from here.
It's password protected, isn't it?
Promise not to kill us and we'll tell you.
Don't worry. I don't give a shit about you. Password.
23#98S$.
Listen to me very carefully, Igor. This research, this data, it's too dangerous to exist. My people died because of it. Delete everything. It won't bring my mother back, but at least no one will profit from her death, and the deaths of others.
You need to download this research, Mousy. This is the Rat King's brain stash. It's dangerous, yes, and inhuman. But it could contain the key to defeating him.
These guys are telling the truth. They really achieved something incredible here.
Why did you do it? God damn you!
You did good, Igor. We will turn this information into a weapon against the Rat King.
I'm sorry, Olga. Nobody deserves to die so horribly.
I was hoping for some good news, but perhaps I was foolish. My mother, these people, they were all just used, processed. How could anyone do something like this? Anyway, did you find anything of value?
Not sure yet. Bizarre theories about Chernobylite, mostly. I don't know if I want to get into the details yet.
Try me. I'm not a bookworm like you, but I'm not stupid either.
Well, NAR seems to think Chernobylite is like a giant turtle that carries our universe on its back. They figure they can tame it and ride it wherever they want. Like a pet.
A turtle?
It's just a metaphor, but the scientific theory behind it is no less insane.
Right. Thanks for trying, I guess.
What's going on, Igor?
What's the matter, Mousy?
The fuck you want?
How are things, Professor?
Hey, Sasko, you're experienced, right? Is there anything you can teach me, about,
About what? Living on the streets? Hey, I'm not offended. I can show you a thing or two, but you need to practice if you're serious about improving.
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn.
Today, I'll teach you more about navigating obstacles and dropping to the ground without breaking your hip. It'll come in handy, I promise. This is going to be something special. Just you wait, partner. Can't wait to see you in action. Similar rules. Enter the maze and finish it. And at the very end, you'll find a special treat. Just be prepared for anything. Go! Go make your mentor proud! Don't think, partner. Jump! What are your legs? Springs! Steel springs! You still got it. I knew it! Army crawl. Don't stop until you're through. Imagine you're doing this for Tatiana, because actually you are. Parkour is not really your cup of tea, huh? Just try not to fall down any stairs, alright? This is not a man's way to die. If you don't overthink it, miracles can happen. Nietzsche wrote, "There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest physiology." Or, philosophy, or something. You know what I mean. You'll always land on your feet like a cat. Hey, Igor, at your age, that training must have burned you way out. But you ticked all the boxes, my man. You should be proud of yourself.
I need to talk to you, Igor.
Sure. Is something troubling you?
Memories. According to my mom, life was actually pretty good around here before the accident.
I know. I used to live here myself a long time ago. The details are a bit blurry, but I have warm feelings about the past.
Right. Then you must know that life in Chernobyl was better than in other parts of the Soviet Union. My mother told me that all the closed cities, the secret cities, offered creature comforts in exchange for secrecy and obedience. It was a privilege to live in such a place. You could always buy whatever you wanted. The streets were safe and the pay was decent. Everybody believed the authorities would protect them from any harm. They were such good comrades after all. They would have gladly given their lives for this country. And for what? All the cover-ups, the KGB worrying more about appearances and the state secrets than their own people. My mom's friend Katya was living in Kiev at the time of the Chernobyl catastrophe. She was pregnant. And only 1 week after the reactor blew apart, she marched in the May Day parade of 1986. Can you imagine? It wasn't canceled. What a crime. The authorities never warned anyone. They claimed it was completely safe. They didn't give a fuck about them. They just wanted to keep a lid on it. Katya told my mom that by the end of the day, she and her husband had a strange purple tan on their faces and could barely catch their breath. Katya's son was born a couple of months later. He was very sick.
I'm so sorry, Olga.
You should be. You were part of this mess, even if you don't remember it. My apologies, Igor. I shouldn't. I had no right to.
That's okay. These are painful memories. You have a right to be upset.
Igor, I need to tell you something. Remember when you asked me why the lurkers stay away from our village? I wasn't entirely honest with you.
All right.
I don't know exactly how it works, but Matvey has a way of keeping these creatures at a distance. He has this strange powder. He calls it dust, but it's secret. Only a handful of people even know it exists.
Dust? Why are you telling me about this?
Because I can see you for what you are now.
And what's that?
A forthright and honorable man. Maybe a little awkward in social situations. Anyway, it'll help us in your heist. You should get your hands on some as soon as possible.
Well, if it works, there must be something to it. I should definitely look into it.
You should.
Okay. I'll check it out first chance I get.
The day is still young, Igor. Don't waste it. Let's do something.
I am ready to continue the great Ratcatcher's work. Are you?
Ready for another gig? Let's do this.
Let's get cracking, Professor Fancy Pants!
magic powder? It's not really your style to believe in such things, is it, Igor? Still, if there's any truth to it, it could be your best chance to defeat the shadows, and perhaps even him, the Black Stalker.
Watch out for those bastards, Igor. I heard on the radio that they're sending more troops to Red Forest.
Olga, we've got a situation here.
What's wrong?
Your village. It looks abandoned, destroyed, burned down.
What? Oh, God damn it. We'll check it out. Find out what happened.
Sweet mother of God! Gleb!
What's going on? Talk to me, goddammit!
Your people are all dead. I'm so sorry. And Gleb too.
What are you saying?
The kid was safe in the bunker, locked but safe, and now you have a child's blood on your hands.
It's my fault. I sent him straight to his death.
No. Are you sure that everyone's gone? What about Kostya? Matvey?
I don't know, Olga.
Just take a look around. See if you can find out what happened.
I will. I found something else.
More dead?
No. It's a tape recorder. Your name is written on the tape.
Okay, play the tape, Igor.
My beloved Olga, my sweetheart, I made a terrible mistake. I only wanted you to see what I saw. That Matvey is a tyrant, that he's hiding things from us, and that he was putting everyone in unnecessary danger. I needed to weaken him so I could make things right. For us. I spiked the food. I thought I knew what I was doing, but someone mixed up the pots and the anesthetic ended in everyone's meals. I woke up to gunshots in the middle of the night. NAR stormed the village and killed everyone in their sleep. Only I survived because I ran. I ran like a coward. I wanted to prove myself to you so bad. My scheming got everyone killed. So this is it, my love. My confession. I was never a religious type, but I will go and ask the dead for forgiveness before I join them. It's the only decent thing left for me to do. Goodbye, Olga.
What? I can't believe it. I can't do this. I can't handle this.
There's more. This is hard for me to say, but I knew Kostya was up to something.
What are you saying?
He wanted to prove himself to you, to show that Matvey wasn't fit to lead. I took him at his word. He promised to help me in my mission.
I'm not interested in your excuses right now. I want you to go to that cemetery and find Kostya.
So you had to blurt out everything just to feel better, huh? It won't help Olga. She has suffered enough.
Olga, I found Kostya. He's...
Yes?
He shot himself. It was quick. I'm so sorry. I didn't see that coming.
But he did. Please give me a moment.
Jesus. This isn't really a cemetery, is it? It looks more like a mass grave.
I know, but it gives this awful place a kind of dignity, doesn't it? NAR used to dump bodies here. Phosphorus, slaked lime. In time, it'll burn everything up. I found my mom there, what's left of her.
What? Why didn't you tell me? Any other secrets you'd like to share?
I didn't want you to know about this place until now. Besides, everyone has secrets. The only question is, how harmful are they?
I'll check the bones, if you don't mind. Unbelievable. Is it possible they were telling the truth?
What's going on?
Remember when I told you about Chernobylite being a giant turtle that supports the Earth? It could be true. Well, at least partially.
What do you mean?
It seems to be organic. Moreover, it shows signs of basic cognitive functioning. To put it plainly, it learns. That's why it avoids the lye and phosphorus. Incredible. That explains why the shadows won't touch it. I have no idea how Matvey came up with this, but he hit the jackpot.
You can tell me the rest when you get back. Bring the dust.
I told you to return to the UK, Igor, but I see you didn't listen. Well, it's understandable in a way. You're constantly interfering in everyone's business. You're the wild card of the zone. There's no telling if you'll end up on the side of the heroes or the rats.
You're talking gibberish.
You think I don't know you've been talking to Semenov? Perhaps even Kozlov? Who else, I wonder? But your little gang of misfits and rejects has no idea you're playing both sides.
How do you...
You really are naive, aren't you, Igor? Like a lost little boy. That big brain of yours still can't comprehend what's really going on. Perhaps you're not so special after all.
Rat? Why did he call you a rat, Mousy?
They're using you, and you can't even see it. Did you ever think to stop running everyone's errands for 5 minutes and ask yourself why you're here? Why you're really here?
You're insane. Chernobylite is messing with your mind. Listen, I never sold anyone out. Someone sent me a picture of Tatiana, and I saw her in my dreams. She called out for me to find her.
You're a goddamn liar. She would never. No. You don't belong here.
It's the truth, and I can tell you believe it.
You're delusional. Semenov used a photograph to lure you here, to get you to mess with my plans. He made you his puppet, whether you realize it or not.
You underestimate me, old friend. Yes, I know it's you, Boris. What happened to you? We had our differences back in the day, but we were also good friends, the three of us. Tatiana has always been the most important person in my life. That's true. But that doesn't mean I don't care about anyone else, about my friends.
Friends? Sure. Sure, Boris and Igor, bosom comrades to the end. Cross my heart and all that. It's really bizarre to see you claiming something that doesn't belong to you. If only you knew.
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about, but I don't care. I will find Tatiana. If I have to go through you to do so, I will.
You're not lacking in courage, Igor. But courage without knowledge is indistinguishable from stupidity. Do you understand what you're up against? I know you talk to those half-wits in my lab. Their indiscretion cost them their lives, by the way.
You killed them for telling me that crazy theory of yours? That Chernobylite is an organism so powerful it can produce singularities and wormholes inside its own multi-dimensional body?
Believe what you want. But how do you hope to challenge such power if you can't even defeat me? You're so far out of your depth, you don't even realize. I have my own plans, and they don't involve you. Not yet, anyway. I'm not going to kill you, not today. You can thank her for that. But I can't make any promises about the future. Who knows what the future will bring? I sincerely hope I never see you again, Igor.
That was impressive, what you did back there. You faced a monster and survived. Not everyone can say that. And you two have history, right? Damn. Respect, man. Really.
Thanks, I guess.
But keep your eyes on the prize, okay? We're not done quite yet.
praised the great rat catcher in the skies. You faced the devil himself and survived.
Yes, it was quite an experience.
Don't worry. I could never believe that you were the Rat King, or even a lesser rat. You have a pure heart. I trust you. But now, we know exactly what we're up against. Chernobylite is the evil that descended upon this world. It's the true face of the Rat King. Listen to me, Igor. Whatever the cost, we have to destroy it.
The fuck you want?
How are things, Professor?
What can I do for you, Professor? What can I do for you, Professor?
What's going on, Igor?
What's the matter, Mousy?
Hey there, Tarakan. I was wondering if there's anything you'd like to teach me.
But of course, I have been blessed with the wisdom of the great rat catcher. And I've also spent a lot of time in the zone. I can give you some pointers.
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn.
Okay, Mousy, I upgraded your PDA. The scanner now uses much less energy and charges faster. It's useful when you need to find something to eat. Let's go hunting. We may as well stock up while we practice. Use the upgraded PDA to track down and shoot some small game. Good kill. Remember to take the meat. We're not doing this for fun. That's enough, Mouse. Come back here. We should thank the great rat catcher for blessing us with this meat. All right, Mousy. It seems you've got the hang of it. Well done.
You're absolutely sure about that, Professor Semenov?
It's the only logical explanation. How else would Amelieva's gamma brainwaves be able to interact with Chernobylite if it wasn't at least partially sentient? And what about the gate?
Some advanced form of telekinesis.
That's not a sufficient explanation, not by a long shot.
But if what you're saying is true, that would mean that the wormholes are... No, that is impossible.
Why impossible? Think about it. Just because we've never seen an organism powerful enough to create, withstand, or even direct the exotic energy found near black holes, doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
So these fractal tunnels, they're also organic. So we're what? Traveling through the veins of a giant multidimensional Moby Dick?
Right now, thanks to his trials, only the Black Stalker is. And if you like to play with metaphors, I would say more like a giant multidimensional squid.
And that would make the shadows, what? Some kind of external white blood cells?
I quite like that theory. They are here to nourish the main host and protect it from intruders and diseases.
Us?
Most of us, yes.
Shadows emerged through the unstable gate, so you don't think it was retaliation or an invasion?
No. I would rather call it the reaction of an organism that was attacked by something foreign.
By foreign, you mean our test subjects? So shadows are some sort of antibodies?
Exciting, isn't it? And Amelieva is like the correct protein, the conduit. She can communicate with the beast, but the beast can also speak through her.
I've seen what happened to subjects who were exposed to Chernobylite. Getting some FaceTime with this must be unsettling.
What do you care? Our names will go down in the history books next to Newton and Einstein.
Of course, Professor Semenov. This is all worth it.
So Chernobylite is some kind of sentient, multi-dimensional organism. And Tanya can communicate with it. This is... I can't even wrap my head around this.
It's been so long, my love. Why can't I hear you anymore? Since you gave birth to the boy and fell into a coma. You used to visit me in my dreams. I miss our conversations. I miss you, Tanya. Sometimes, I think I lost my way in all this. Lost myself. We both made so many sacrifices, and now I'm not even sure what awaits us at the end of this road. But this is our only chance to be together. You cannot lose hope now. Please, just let Semenov have what he wants. Give it to him, and then we can have each other.
Poor bastard. It seems his delusion keeps him going. But I need to focus. I have to find out what Tanya is supposed to give to Semenov.
It's fascinating, Professor Semenov, really. But I'm here to discuss business, not scientific curiosities. Our investors need to see a return on their investment.
You don't need to worry about that. It can be monetized in ways they can't even imagine.
But that's just the thing. These people don't like surprises. They want to know precisely what to expect. New types of weapons, medicine, a new means of transportation?
All of that, and more. You can tell your precious investors that the millions they're pouring into our project will come back to them as billions.
And what about the Duga radar? It's been drawing all kinds of unnecessary attention over the years. These dark tourists and those damn stalkers.
It has served its purpose. You can scrap it and make razors for all I care. We've got Amelieva now. She's the ultimate conduit. What we have in the works right now, it will transform the NAR into the biggest conglomerate in the world. It's going to be $1 trillion business. We will use Amelieva to stabilize the gate to another world, the Chernobylite's world. And once we are able to travel there, this will be a revolution unlike anything humanity has ever witnessed. You could call it an ontological shock.
Ontolo what? Never mind. Okay, as long as you find a safe way of putting a dollar sign on it, you've got the permission of the board. But, you know, just keep your feet on the ground, okay, Professor? We're here to make money, not destroy the world or cause shocks of any kind.
I've got it all under control. Everything is in place, and our patient zero is ready.
Dear God, so that's what Semenov needs Tanya for? Stabilizing a wormhole? A gate to the origin of Chernobylite. I need to get to the power plant and find her fast, before he can carry out this insane plan. Who knows what can happen to her, or to the world? I've got to make a plan, and move fast.
I know you're there, Professor Kaminyuk. Answer the radio. We need to have a little chat. I've got something that may interest you, Igor. Please.
Are you...
General Kozlov, in the flesh. I need to talk to you. Again.
Why should I trust you?
I don't need you to trust me. Simply listen and draw your own conclusions. But not here. Red Forest. Next to the train station. Come alone.
What's so important that it can't be discussed on the radio?
A matter of life and death. Perhaps yours, perhaps someone else's. You'll have to meet me to find out.
I don't like this one bit.
I know, Professor, but be there anyway. There won't be another chance.
I am ready to continue the great Ratcatcher's work. Are you?
The day is still young, Igor. Don't waste it. Let's do something.
Ready for another gig?
That was Kozlov, right? What did he want?
Some FaceTime in the Red Forest.
The Red Forest? You can't go. It's too dangerous.
Oh, no shit, it's dangerous. But when did that ever stop you from sending me on a mission? I'll take every precaution.
But all Kozlov has to do is pull a gun and blow your brains out. That's a hard no.
This is out of character for you, Olivier. Is there something you need to tell me?
No. I mean, I've got a strange feeling about this is all. This trip could end very badly for us. Remember to stay on the radio, okay? I'll help you from here any way I can.
Sure. Don't worry so much, Olivier.
Someone has to. Let's do this.
Let's get cracking, Professor Fancy Pants!
General Koslov, head of NAR security. A man from the past with a past. I know his kind. They say they want a happy, quiet life, but they are addicted to war and suffering. I feel you still don't know exactly who you can trust. I know you like ample time to think things through, but you need to start making hard choices, even if you don't have all the details.
For the record, going to this meeting is dangerous. Going alone is downright stupid. Watch out for any sign of an ambush, okay?
I will. This must be the place.
Keep your eyes peeled.
See your thoughts. Oh, it's taking you so long. Find me. We belong together. Take my hand. I'll show you a new world. A world that you've never seen before.
All dead. Stuck in Chernobylite crystals. Crushed. Suffocated. Show me your hands.
I didn't come here to play cops and robbers, Professor Kaminyuk. If I wanted to get rid of you, you'd be making your bed in a lime pit right now.
I can't wait.
There's a helipad with an abandoned helicopter next to the railroad. Go there, find the button that powers it up, and press it.
What's that supposed to do? Blow me to bits?
No, no harm will come to you. Please, indulge me. Then come back and we will talk again.
Forget it, Igor. If Kozlov has something to tell you, why didn't he just say it?
What are you saying?
It's all an elaborate trap. They're going to stuff you into an old tire and set it ablaze. I've seen it many times before.
Not a very attractive prospect, but I have to get to the bottom of this. I'm at the helicopter. Kozlov wasn't lying about that, at least.
So you think you can trust him now? You can still back out, you know. Come back and we'll hunt this bastard down together.
There's an underground bunker beneath the helipad.
Don't go in there. Please. Let's regroup and we can figure out what to do next.
I'll let you know what I find. Well, this is getting interesting.
I'm losing you. Igor?
Olivier, can you hear me? The concrete must be blocking the signal. Surveillance equipment. Can't be Soviet. It looks cutting edge. Someone's keeping tabs on me in our little warehouse operation. But I've got everything here. My exact words, my plans. But how? Is the place bugged? Olivier, come in.
Where did you go? I thought I lost you for a second there, buddy.
I found a bunch of surveillance hardware in the bunker.
It must be an old Soviet facility. I wouldn't worry about it.
That's not all. I also found intel about me and our mission. Someone is listening to everything we say in the warehouse.
Are you certain? Maybe it's just old intel the KGB gathered on you.
No. No way. The equipment looks brand new and... Goddammit, Olivier, someone's been tracking our every step. We need to talk. I'll come back soon.
You've seen it. I can see it in your eyes. What do you think?
That's what I should be asking you. Are you spying on us?
My dear Professor, you have a brilliant mind for science. But reading people is not your strong suit. No, I'm not spying on you. That is the hidey hole of a rogue operative. To be honest, I only recently discovered it. I'm not sure who he's working for, but I do know who he is.
Yes, General?
A military man with connections to a foreign agency. Canadian, perhaps?
Why did you show me this? Not out of sympathy for my cause, I assume.
You assume correct. I have my own reasons. Helping you in this case serves my own interests. I don't know exactly why you're here, Kaminyuk. I'm not entirely sure you know either. You think you know. You have a hunch. Let's say a feeling that you're chasing. You may find it hard to believe, but we're not so different, you and I. We both lost someone. Someone important to us. Someone close. Now we're trying to get that person back. We're all just pieces on a giant chessboard, at the mercy of powerful forces. But much remains unclear. And even a lowly pawn may turn out to be a queen.
Enough riddles. You think he's a Canadian?
Your best buddy Olivier has been with you the entire time. He's the only person with access to you 24/7. Think about it. Set your emotions aside and you'll see it's the only logical answer. He's working for someone. NAR, maybe. If that's the case, he reports to someone higher in the chain of command even than me. But the whole operation is off the books. So there's definitely something unusual here. Otherwise, I would be the one to handle it.
Let's say I believe you. I'm curious where you're going with this.
Treat this information about Olivier as an olive branch of sorts. Do you think I enjoy playing the evil Colonel Kurtz in this jungle? No, I do not. I came here believing this would be the last assignment of my career. That working in the private sector would allow me to retire someplace nice with my nephew. Gleb. I'm his only remaining kin. My brother, his father, died in Chechnya. Instead, I've become entangled in a questionable business run by greedy corporate rats and their shady scientist stooges with a god complex. When they sensed I was unhappy, that I might leave, they took Gleb, hid him from me as part of a mysterious safety protocol. In reality, he's a hostage.
Am I supposed to feel sorry for you?
No, not for me. I've done things I'm not proud of. But Gleb, he could grow up to be a decent man. Help me find him, and I will help you find what you're looking for. Who you're looking for.
This can't be a coincidence. There was a little kid, about 10 years old.
What? You'd better tell me what you know, or this conversation won't continue in such a polite manner.
You should know that his nephew was killed. I'll allow the man some time to grieve, but that doesn't mean that he stops being a target.
I don't enjoy telling you this, but I freed Gleb from an old Soviet bunker and sent him to the Samushel village. It's the safest place in the zone. Or so it seemed at the time. But then your troops stormed the place. There were no survivors.
You're lying. You're a fucking liar. You think you can play games with me, huh?
I'm sorry. I saw the body. With a blue backpack and a small headlamp.
No, I can't believe that. I have to see it with my own eyes. And if you're lying to me, Nuke, I swear I...
I'll get straight to the point, Olivier. Kozlov showed me your hidden spy bunker. Why would you do that? Why did you betray me?
Whoa. Please don't tell me you believed a word of what he said. That man's a liar through and through. Every general is. And this one's old school GRU.
Well, who'd have thought? Our soldier boy is a fucking rat. Just shoot him already. I'm tired of his squeaking.
What's this? A rat? I'll bet a buck he's a dead rat now.
You backstabbing rat. You have 10 seconds to explain yourself.
What in God's name are you talking about?
I've been to your little spy den. You've been working against me this whole time. Admit it.
I know it seems that way sometimes, but the world doesn't actually revolve around you, Igor.
Can the pretentious bullshit and just say it.
I've got my own mission here, and it doesn't concern you. Not directly. But my goals don't conflict with you finding Tatiana. I've been keeping an eye on you since the beginning. But it's because I'm on your side, Igor.
No, I can't believe it, Olivier.
Believe what you want. I never did anything to harm you or the mission.
I'll let you stay because you're still useful to me. But we're not buddies anymore. This is nothing but a business transaction now.
You're making the right call. We'll find your Tatiana yet. You'll see.
How are things, Professor?
The fuck you want?
What's the matter, Mousy?
What's going on, Igor?
Do you have a moment?
What's on your mind, Olga?
I was thinking about an old woman I used to know, Alina. She lived in our village. She had so many stories to share. About the revolution of 1917, collectivization, the Great Famine, Nazi tanks rolling through the marshes, her husband dying in the Great Patriotic War, persecution by the NKVD, the Chernobyl disaster.
Fascinating. She must have been at least 100 years old.
She was very old indeed. Nothing could shake her. She never stopped wandering the woods and marshes of Pripyat, gathering herbs and mushrooms, until the lurkers killed her. Such a pointless death.
I'm sorry. She must have been a very brave woman.
I asked her once, what kept her going through all those dark years? Do you know what she said? I wanted to live. It was as simple as that. Life is precious, and you only get to go around once. So I want to make mine count. Do you understand? I'm not dying because of a stupid mistake.
Hopefully we can avoid that, and you'll lead a long and productive life once we're finished here.
Well, as my stepdad Matvey would say, nobody wants to exit the stage, but everyone does, eventually.
Hi, Olga. I was wondering if you could share some of the know-how you've picked up in the zone.
I'd be glad to. But here in the zone, you must be self-sufficient. You don't want to end up worm food.
Fantastic. I'm ready to learn, oh great huntress.
No jokes while we're training or I'll smack you upside the head. Got it? Okay, Igor, let me introduce you to your new best friend, the AK-47. Beloved weapon of revolutionaries and freedom fighters for decades. Some countries even put it on their flag, because it played such a big role in claiming their independence. But enough history. I'll give you some pointers to help you understand the weapon's full potential. The biggest challenge is compensating for recoil in automatic firing mode. You must learn to control it. Don't worry, the cans won't shoot back. Do your worst. Or best. Ready? Commence firing. Not bad at all. You sent many of them to Can Heaven. Okay, Professor, I think you've learned the basics.